CEO Charlie Jacobs has also now joined in on the conversation of Jeremy Swayman. He's done so at the right time, as a recent move between the St. Louis Blues and the Edmonton Oilers have now made a difficult situation for the Bruins even more challenging, with the potential of an offer sheet. I'm going to be talking about all of this here, as well as the possibility of Elias Lindholm bringing in some hardware in his first year as a Bruin in this video. Before we get into it, though, we know so 75% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel. If you're looking for a spot to get all of your Boston Bruins news, you're in the right spot. Hit the sub button and we can find out together as we stay up to date with Jeremy Swayman updates and contracts and everything that we've heard about him so far. And we're hoping for this contract to come very, very soon. But without any further ado, let's get into our first topic here, which is Charlie Jacobs. He has spoken out on Jeremy Swayman and the whole contract situation that he has found himself in right now. And we've heard about just about every potential influential or impact person from the Boston Bruins who report on the Boston Bruins, everything about Swayman's contract. And now the top of the top has joined in Charlie Jacobs. And this is what he had to say. And once again, it's going to be something that we see a lot of, especially here in this whole scenario. He says, I try not to comment on players' personnel contract negotiations. We're still negotiating with Sway. I hope that he's ready to play come training camp. We have some things to work out. I'm sure we'll get there. And this, once again, is very, very similar to just about everything that we have heard from just everybody who's spoken on it. We're hoping we're going to be there. We're seeing some things that we still need to work out, but he better be ready by training camp. And as a CEO, I know you don't want to be overly optimistic, but I personally would have liked him to have a bit more optimism in this whole situation. I would like to hear him say, yes, things are progressing, things are going in the right direction. It still is just a bit of nitpicking from both sides. But having him say the exact same thing that we've heard from just about everybody who's reported on this, to me, I may be out of the majority population who think this, but this is a bit concerning to me. With things going on, the days passing by, and we're getting closer to September without a contract, I'm getting a bit hesitant that things may not actually be progressing as people are saying, as people are discussing with this whole negotiation. And let me know what you think about this as well. I've reported on so many different people talking about this, and it's really been all the same thing. We really haven't had any progression news at all, really, since beginning of the negotiation. But like I said, I want to know what you guys think. I may be out of the ordinary here, out of the majority of the population that think this, but to me, things are getting a bit concerning from my standpoint, or from my point of view. But it's the right time to be a bit concerned as well. And Charlie Jacobs, as I mentioned, has got onto this whole situation and discussed this at the right time, as we could be in a bit of trouble here with the offer sheet. And this is one thing I've discussed here, and I will discuss again in this video, how this could impact the Bruins, and this could be real bad. And this all kind of stems from this whole situation, as I mentioned in the intro, between the St. Louis Blues and the Edmonton Oilers, discussing the whole contract situation, the offer sheet that they got to Dylan Holloway and Philip Broberg, two very young, talented stars the Edmonton Oilers were looking to re-sign and definitely looking to continue to add into this whole system they have going, being very close to a cup. And this is what we're seeing right now. I'll pull this one up first. I'll pull this one up first. This is probably easier to get to an explanation. As the Oilers found out this week, offer sheets are rare, but a powerful tool in the NHL. If done correctly, they put a team into an awkward spot where tough decisions have to be made. The Blues knew what they were doing when they're limited to their offers to Broberg and Holloway for 2 years, keeping the salaries point to a compensation. It was minimal and targeted with a team with salary cap issues and contracts for elite stars on the horizon. That elite star being Leon Draisaitl, his contract to be renewed next season, presumptively renewed, I should say. And the Blues made a great decision here to be able to take advantage of a sticky situation the Edmonton Oilers are in. And this situation that the Oilers are finding themselves in could be quite familiar with the Jeremy Swayman, or similar to what we're seeing right now. The Bruins have really limited themselves to just enough money to sign Jeremy Swayman with nobody else. And if there's a team out there, which there are many, who are desperate for a goalie and also have the cap to do it, they may say, hey, we're looking at what the Blues are doing. The Oilers find themselves in a bit of a predicament now, needing to move somebody to be able to get these two, to match the offer, I should say. Jeremy Swayman could be in that same situation, and many teams could be looking at it with that. And I'll pull up the first screenshot now that I had, but Here's why this is not likely going to happen. We know Swayman's going to be making a boatload of money from whoever it may be. I'm going to say still 90% sure it's going to be the Bruins, but this could be getting lower as the days go by. There is a compensation that you will have to pay for an RFA if you do choose to offer sheet them. And this is what it is right here. What we're knowing, what we're seeing is that Swayman will be anywhere between, I will say, 7 to 9 million. Maybe more. Hopefully not more. But teams are not going to be willing to offer sheet him due to having this happen. 1 first-round pick being given up, a second-round pick, and a third-round pick if that price is below 9.1 million. And that it could be a likelihood. We know that the Bruins currently have 8.6 in cap space, so a team may choose to only go a few 100,000 over that cap. But if some team decides to go over 9.1 million, they would have to give up 2 first-round picks, a second, and a third. And by some sense of the imagination, if Jeremy Swayman gets offer sheeted for more than 11.4, we get 4 first-round picks, let him go. Realistically, those are the options. And that's why we're not going to see an offer sheet, in my opinion, for Jeremy Swayman. To be also, these have to be the original team's pick. So I'll keep this up here. Pause if you want to kind of read this over. I know it can be a bit complicated, so I tried to explain it the best. Sorry if it went a bit awry there, but you can see now that we're probably not going to see an offer sheet for Jeremy Swayman. And also, due to this, these are the past few RFAs who have been offer sheeted and matched or not matched. As you can see, the last one was Jesperi Kotkaniemi in 2021. Apart from this year's in Broberg and Holloway, and to be fair, the Montreal Canadiens made a great move by not signing that. Kotkaniemi in no way is worth 6.1 million for that one season, and now making more than that. But you see, it's not very common that we do see this, so that's why I think we're in good shape for this. But it still is something to have in the back of your mind, to keep a bit weary on what could happen with that. And the Bruins need to get something figured out here as soon as possible. But let's head on to our final topic here, which is Elias Lindholm. Could he be bringing home some hardware this first season with the Boston Bruins? As we know, Elias Lindholm, recent signing, our new #1 center, and he is very, very good at defense. As I'm sure most, or if not many of you know, he's going to be that guy to go on the defense. Been a Selke candidate for many, many years, and will continue to be. And this team that he's on now, the Boston Bruins, is going to be a prime example of a team that will get you to this point. And this is what we have right here. I want to pull this up, read it, and and I want you guys to let me know what you think about this. Lindholm was finals for the Selke in 21-22 season as a member of the Flames. It was his best season production-wise, reaching a career high in goals and points. He did the right thing defensively. He was steady presence in the faceoff circle and led Flames forwards in block shots and takeaways. And will be bring those elements to the Bruins and a system that thrives in this type of game. Lindholm would become the Bruins' best defensive center. His ability to win faceoffs will be a huge bonus this season, and will likely see some time on the penalty kill. I'm willing to change that to will see some time on the penalty kill, and he will also be used in key late game situations to help lock down 2 points. So, what do we see here with Elias Lindholm? Well, we can tell right now that he is going to be the guy who's going to be in every situation defensively for the Bruins. And this is last season, 44.75 games. For a #1 center, that looks lackluster, but for his role that he will play, this is exactly what you want to see from a guy like that. That is more than ideal, and I see him coming out as a top 2 in the Selke voting. Let me know what you think about all of this stuff here, especially Lindholm. I do want to know, do you guys think that I'm crazy for thinking that things are getting a bit worse for the Swayman situation, or am I just going crazy? But like I said, let me know what you think. That's all I got here in this video. If you did enjoy it, give it a like, hit the sub button. I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.